Hi guys, Right Cinemas here. Sorry it's been about 6 weeks since my last video. I was waiting for some stuff to come in and I was sorting a lot of stuff out. So things are sorted now. I'm still jigging the room around. I will eventually do a room tour at some point, but at the moment I'm not happy with the room at all. I'm happy with the shelving layout. You can see there's some Eureka there, and up here's Arrow, 88. I've moved all my normal films downstairs into two bookcases, and in this room is all my martial arts, my boutique titles, my games, my horror sections over there. That was Eureka, Arrow. So today we have some games, some DVD, TV series, normal Blu-rays. Then we have boutique titles and sort of branded titles, some 4Ks and a steelbook. I'm going to do the games first to get them out of the way. So obviously, because you're here for the movies, not the games, but I like to show the games as well, because I know some people like games. So we'll get straight into this. We'll do the games first, then we'll do the DVDs, the 4Ks, the steelbook, the Blu-rays, the 4Ks, the steelbook, and then we'll go into the boutique titles. There's quite a lot today. I had so much turn up. I had loads of stuff from last month that come after the video, so I thought I'd hold it till now. Okay, so we have Metroid Prime Remastered, which looks phenomenal, so I look forward to playing that. Then we have Gran Turismo Sport. I did have it once, but I'm going to try it again. It was only £2 I paid for that, so I was happy with that. Battlefield Hardline. Again, it looks interesting. It was only £3, Code Vein. Then we have Devil May Cry Trilogy, which is obviously the first 3 Devil May Crys in HD. So I'm going to try them again. I played them a while ago and I just couldn't get my head into them. But I wasn't in the right headspace, but I am more now. Tekken 7. And the game to try my patience, Bloodborne. I want to try Dark Souls, but I thought if I try Bloodborne, it was the cheapest one to buy. So if I'm awful at it and I can't get my head around it, I've only done £6, whereas Dark Souls is 30 to 40 quid depending where you buy it from. This is only £7.99 I paid for it, and it was reduced to it's gone back up now, so I was lucky to get it. So now we have 4 box sets, TVs. This is all stuff from my childhood. So I've started collecting stuff from my childhood more because I want to sort of it's like it's a dead field to the point, because obviously the kids these days aren't like they used to be. And stuff from my childhood was funny or educational. It could be educational, it could be funny. It was enjoyable. Of course, we have Fred Quimby, Tom and Jerry. These were just great, just hitting each other with mallets. It was just silly fun. You don't see these on TV very often now, unless you're obviously streaming them from somewhere. But I remember when these used to be on TV normally on weekends. You'd have that, they play like 2 or 3 of them back to back, and I used to love watching these. So I'm looking forward to seeing these again. And speaking of kids series, I loved Mask. Love this series. This is the 8 DVD sets. This is the complete collection. I remember it's 25 hours on 8 discs. I used to love this as a kid. I didn't have the truck, but I had the Venom helicopter, I think it was. I used to love watching this in the evenings as a kid. Another one I loved as a kid, I need to get, but this one is Thundercats. This is 23 discs. The complete series 1 and 2, which is everything. Love Thundercats. I used to have the toys and when I was a kid. The other thing was Transformers, which I'm going to get next month. I was big on Action Force. If you're in America, it's G.I. Joe, but over here it was in the 80s, it was called Action Force. Now, if you're over here, it's now called G.I. Joe, because you can still buy the VHS of the Action Force movie, but over here, the DVD is the G.I. Joe movie. I used to love that. I loved this as a kid. It was just when kids series were good. This Brave Star, Ulysses 23 or 2, Starfleet, sort of puppetry one, Starfleet. It was just such good series when we were younger. Now it's just literally just tat. And another one which I know will be popular to people is Looney Tunes Golden Collection. This is 6 series of this. It's hours and hours and hours of stuff. Doesn't say how many. It's 24 DVD set, and it doesn't say how many hours, but it's a lot. It will probably say the running time on here in the tiniest writing humanly possible, which it does right at the bottom in micro writing. As it come out, as you notice, my OCD does my head in, because They've not put a 1 on there. 2, 3 and 4 in line. 4, 5 and 6 are not, but then those are there, but then they're there. That's included on those 3, but not that one. They're not in line. They're not in line. I know it seems a petty thing, but it's frustrating. You've got a nice set and you put it out like that and they do that. It's kind of like the James Bond set where they had the book style, which was really good. All the discs had the same artwork on, and they left you a space for Skyfall, so you could take Skyfall out and whack it in there. But then Skyfall had a completely different colour disc that looked out of place in the box set, and it's like, why did you do that? You know, you released it knowing people were going to put it in that box set, and you didn't make it sort of go with that box set. But I look forward to seeing these. I remember Foghorn Leghorn, Roadrunner, Daffy Duck, Sylvester and Tweety, Porky Pig, Elmer Fudd, Yosemite Sam. I remember all these, Bugs Bunny, the whole lot. I used to love them. I used to see them on weekends. There's probably something I've never seen because I always used to watch them every weekend, and it was just fantastic fun. It was just, a great laugh as a kid. Anyway, now we have some 4Ks and some stuff to complain about. Well, not complain, just to go, oh dear. We have Cabin in the Woods 4K, really good, although the upgrade wasn't really worth it that much because for me there was only very little difference, but I didn't have it on any format and that was £8 in CEX, so it was fine. Gladiator, which I've heard is a good transfer, so I look forward to seeing this in 4K. Then we have a film that arrived today, The Others. I love this film. Looking forward to seeing the 4K because I didn't own it in any format, so I thought, well, I'll grab the 4K. There are 2 films I was very, very disappointed with. I think you can probably guess which they are. Fast X. You only get the 4K for $24.99, whereas other films at $24.99 you get the 4K and the Blu-ray. Why have they started just doing the 4K? Is it to save their money, but then why are they charging the same price as if... Oh, for God's sake. I did it again, sorry. I kicked the tripods down here. I apologise. I'm trying not to move my feet. I'm not ending it again because it's been... Anyway, so yeah, I thought the CGI was awful. It was like a child had done it. They used CGI from doing all the car chases, unless they were sat in the car. And you could see it was CGI. It was so badly done. Jason Momoa's character was very weak. He just didn't seem like a scary... He didn't seem an intimidating character. He just seemed to be intimidating a minute and then not intimidating because Wooden referred to him as the devil. And then you saw him later on as like, no, he's not the devil. It could have been so good, but it was just weak. And I liked all the others. This one, I wish I waited and got it for like $5.99 or something like that. Or I'd get it second hand. It was not good. Such a shame. Then another film I was disappointed with was The Flash. Better storyline than Fast X, but the CGI was really poor. I mean, it was either really good in some sense, but then it went really good, shit. Really good, shit. It was no really good, okay shit. It was just really good shit. And there was very little really good and a lot of shit. Again, CGI takes over. CGI does everything. And it's just like, are we going to get to the point when CGI will do everything? There'll be no stuntmen, no actors, no film sets. It'll just be a green room and all CGI. And if that day happens, these 2 films have maybe cancelled all the new orders unless I've seen them. So I've ordered the new Haunted Mansion because I actually saw it and liked it. But I've cancelled all the new pre-orders until I've seen them because these 2 films have made me really doubt new releases. So I'm collecting more of the old stuff, which is a lot here. Okay, then we have some ordinary Blu-ray. So we have a Dracula AD 1972, so a bit of Hammer. Sorcerer, which is a 70s film, which looks quite interesting. Shazam! Fury of the Gods. I know it's a new film, but I got this before I got those 2. But it was only, I didn't pay full price. I decided to wait for this one, and I will do that a lot more now. A good film, Peacemaker, which is obviously George Clooney and Nicole Kidman, where they're hunting down stolen nuclear weapons. And it is a very good film, very action-packed, very goey. Couple of slow scenes, which films will do. Films are not constant go, but this film was really enjoyable. Edge of your seat stuff in places and really enjoyable. Oh, everything's falling on the floor. Warlock trilogy with the late great Julian Sands. But yeah, so this is the trilogy of Warlock, Warlock Armageddon, and Warlock The End of Innocence, which is a different actor, not Julian Sands, but I'm looking forward to seeing these two soon. Then we have the original Haunted Mansion, which I liked, Eddie Murphy. 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi, a great film. Prometheus, not bad, but I saw it in a charity shop for 50p. So, very happy with that. And we have Peter Cushing in Dracula, 3-disc set, $4.99, I'm very chuffed with. And Taste the Blood of Dracula. So I'm trying to get more into the older films. Then we have a new film, Plane. Another one I've bought without seeing, so I'm not doing that anymore unless I see it. But I've heard good things about it, so fingers crossed. The original Shazam. One I bought on the recommendation of Kermit's Ghost. Dungeons and Dragons. He said it was an enjoyable family film, and it was. I really enjoyed this. There was a lot of sort of harkbacks to when I was a kid. There was the characters from the Dungeons and Dragons TV series, cartoon TV series. People dressed like them running around. I thought it was really fun. I thought it was probably the best of the Dungeons and Dragons films. Admittedly, that's not much competition because the other ones were utter shite. But at least this was tolerable and good fun and a good popcorn movie. So definitely worth a look. I enjoyed it. So definitely give it a check. Not because I enjoyed it, but you know what I mean. No, I enjoyed it, so you have to like it. Okay, then we have a really, really, really good steelbook, Halloween H2O. I love the fact they've incorporated a protector as a covered sleeve. Obviously, you've got that artwork that side. Although that picture there, I'm not sure. That artwork that side is quite cool. And inside, you've obviously got Michael Myers and obviously the 4K and the Blu-ray. I thought it was very good, and obviously the name on the side. Watched it, and it's not it's not a transfer I would upgrade to if I didn't have if I'd had the Blu-ray. I would have probably left it because it was £30, but it is a really cool Heart HS. But because I didn't have it at all, because the foreign one I had was faulty, so I'm happy to have this. If it's been released on Blu-ray as standard, I would have probably got that because the 4K upgrade was okay. But if you haven't got it at all, then go for the 4K. I always go for the 4K. If I've got the Blu-ray, then I'll find out and see if it's worth the upgrade. Anyway, so now we have boutique titles. Okay, we have the remake of Suspiria, which I actually quite liked. Brilliant film, Life Force, phenomenal little film. Death Has Blue Eyes. I've heard bad things about it, but I'm collecting Arrow and it was really cheap, so I got it cheap. Then we have Last Blood, which is apparently it was technically Hard Boiled 2, so I'm hoping lots of action. All Deceased Except the Dead. I'm not sure what type of film it is, but I thought I'd have a look. The Master, a Jet Li film, which was okay. Not much. There's a few good martial arts scenes, but other than that, it was a bit slow. But there's a Jet Li box set coming out, which I'm hoping is really good. Then we have The Postman Fights Back. This is an '88 film release. Then we have, apologies, Dario Argento's Opera. Although that thing with the needles looks like. Then we have Maniac, the original Maniac, and I like the fact that it's got changeable slipcover. I like a slipcover if the cover underneath is different. Jackie Chan's gorgeous, again, different art. I can't stand it when you have a slipcover with the exact same cover underneath. It's so annoying. I'll soon not have a slip. It's nice to have a slip like that because it's nice to sort of show off the different covers. We have Operation Condor, and we have Forbidden City Cop. And then the last one we have Buster Keaton in 3 Ages, just like that. This is his very first 3 films. The very first 3 Ages spoofs. So it should be interesting. This is a comedy released in 1923. So that's a bit of. But I watched the Harold Lloyd Safety Last, which I actually really enjoyed. I thought, considering the age of the film, it was so well done for its time. It was, and I think films have come a long way till now, and I think they're starting to take a dip again. It's just literally like, I don't know what's going on with films lately. They appear to have just lost interest. I know there's been the writers' strikes, AI is taking over. So, oh God, no, not AI. This is Skynet all over again. But Skynet's going to destroy the film industry instead. Anyway, Armour of God, George C. Scott and Hardcore, Seventh Curse, which was actually quite a good film. Some of the effects were a bit, obviously you can see the wires and stuff, but quite frankly, compared with The Flash, it was a masterpiece. Well, no, compared with Fast X, because Flash was alright. I thought it was an interesting film. It's some bizarre concepts. There was very much, mythology, but it was fun. It was actually unusual fun, and it was an enjoyable watch. I liked it. Then we have Miracles, the Canton Godfather with Jackie Chan. So I'm trying to get all the Jackie Chans. The Sylvia Rothrock. The Devil and the Nun. Sort of a horror film, so that should be interesting. Then we have Heart of the Dragon. Then we have one of my biggest bugbears, The Gate, with the matching slip and no reversible cover, which is a shame. Great film, great 80s horror film, good fun. The Gate 2, not so much. Then I have a film I watched, which I thought it was okay. The concept was interesting. Was Taxi Hunter. It's obviously a man whose wife and child, something happens to them due to a taxi driver, and he then goes after the taxi driver and starts committing crimes against taxi drivers who rip people off. Good taxi drivers he leaves, but the bad ones he deals with. And it's his friend, who's a policeman, or relation, I can't remember if he's his friend or brother, I can't remember now. And he tries to help him. The story is very anticlimactic at the end. It's quite slow, but it's an interesting concept. But it kept you interested all the way through. The end just went like that. It was just great until the very end, and the end was just like, I don't get it. But it kept you interested, so it's worth a watch. But I'd probably film I'd say get if you see it on offer. And then we have the original Suspiria, great film. Ghost Stories for Christmas Volume 1. This includes some stuff. Whistle and I Will Come was one. 4 installments. The Stalls of Barchester, The Warning to the Curious, and Lost Hearts. All newly remastered from Film Materials and presented on Blu-ray for the first time, including 2010's Whistle and I Will Come to You, plus a selection of new and archived extras. And Volume 2 comes out in November. And it's nice heavy when you get a lot of stuff in it. So I'm looking forward to, I'm going to wait till Christmas to watch these. Then we have She Shoots Straight, which is obviously a different cover, but does have the same on the other side. The other one, another martial art one, which looks quite interesting. This is a Eureka release, but I'm glad I've got that. I've got some other Eureka ones as well. Then we have Violence in the Women's Prison, which looks violent, as you do. Then we have a great classic, H.G. Wells' First Men in the Moon, which is they go to the moon in this sort of dome thing using magnets and all that. And it's just a fun film. It's very unrealistic, it's very silly, but it's fun and it's enjoyable. It's back when films didn't take themselves so seriously. Ken Russell's Gothic. I grabbed this, I don't know, I watched it on VHS many years ago. It's been about 20 plus years since I last saw it, so I look forward to seeing this and seeing what it's like again. Then Girls Night Out. This is that. I think it's also called The Scare Maker. It's a man dressed in a bear suit with claws. It looks incredibly cheap, but it is an hour, so I've got to get it. I don't got to get it, but I choose to get it. Then we have some ones. I have the 4K edition of Blood and Black Lace. It's $34.99, I think it was, or something. I bought it because I got a slip and that. But I bought it because I thought I was gonna leave it and just I'll just buy it second hand. But the second hand original one was more expensive than this, so it made sense to buy this. Obviously it's the 4K edition. You get a nice thick booklet. Okay. Why? I'm not even tired. Too much talking is what it is. Then we have a poster, which is the remake artwork and the original. So it looks interesting, and I thought, well, yeah, I wasn't going to pay $24.99 for a second-hand Blu-ray on its own. I could pay £10 more. But no, it was more than that. I think it was actually £30 or something like that for the second-hand one. So this made sense. Although blank. Why? I don't know why they blank. You know, why not have? Yeah, you could have done something with the back. Honestly. I don't get these companies that do this. They go, oh look, a nice artwork, Oh, nice, the same artwork. Oh look, nothing on the back. It just seems such a waste of like. I don't know. That's my little wangle. Yeah. Then we have another good set from 88 Films. Fight Back to School. This is the trilogy. I mean, this one's got art on the back. Yeah, so why? So you get Fight Back to School, Fight Back to School 2 and 3. These are sold out in some ways because I'm waiting for Twin Dragons. They said it had been high demand. I had to cancel my pre-order and reorder it because it was showing in stock, but Amazon weren't dispatching it. It was saying no December before I get it, and so I cancelled it, paid an extra penny, and because it was £24.99, it was only £25. So I've managed to hopefully secure a copy because it's one of my favourite Jackie Chan films. I love that film. Okay, and now the last one is this little baby, which is the Psycho 4K collection, I believe. 4K? Yeah, Psycho 4K collection. And again, I like the fact that they've incorporated this. And when it arrived, it was wrapped in bubble wrap, and it was better protected than the last film, so it was actually quite well protected. They made them bubble wrap it, and it was in a bag, in a box, so it was double protected, whereas normally it'd just be banging around in the box. So thank God for that, because I was stressed that it would be damaged, but it's not. It's no dents. It's in good nick. So you get, obviously your slip, which I think is really cool. They got artwork on the back of that one. Anyway, I know it sounds petty, but it's just frustrating. The only problem is it's a very tight squeeze. Okay, here we go. You get a really thick book, and it feels like really good quality. It's got images from the films, lots of stuff like images from the film, lots of writing. It's practically a full book, so chuffed with that. Then I'm going to go backwards. Okay. Then you have obviously Psycho 4, the beginning, and I like with each one you get a booklet. Oh no, a poster. So this one you get the 4K and the Blu-ray, and this one we get the new artwork and the original artwork. I think it's quite cool. And then you obviously Psycho 3. This one you just get the 4K. And then here you get some lobby cards. 3 lobby cards with a poster on the back of each one. So that's quite cool. And then you get a poster. I like the fact you get a poster of each film, so you get the remake and you get the original. And then you get Psycho 2. And this one you get, you just get the 4K. You get 3 lobby cards with new poster artwork on the back. And then you get a poster. So you get, again, new artwork and the original artwork. This is one I might frame, because I love that poster. It's really neat. So I've said it all. It's kind of like frames the classics, and that's quite neat. be watching these soon, but I'm going to watch something else tonight. And then finally we have the original Psycho. Again, you get, just get the 4K disc. You get an advertisement card which looks like it's for Ring or Ring-O. Then you get 3 lobby cards with the new artwork on the back, and then you get a poster. And this again is the new and the old. Out of all the 4, I like the poster for the second one the most because it's got the house, kind of like the iconic house in it. So that's really cool. So yes, so that is the Psycho set. See, it's there, and obviously you've got it on there. Really have to get this. I paid for it over a couple of months, so I was very happy. There's quite a few cool Arrow sets coming out soon, which I'm going to struggle to afford. I've worked out. I've cancelled anything that's not special edition, unless I really want it, and so I can afford them. I can just about afford what I've got coming. I had to cancel one of the collector's editions annoyingly, but I couldn't afford all of them. But I'm chuffed to have this one. But yeah, so that's it for my September video. I plan on starting my complete collection next week. I'm looking at doing my martial arts first because I think a few people asked to see the martial arts collection, so I will start with my martial arts collection. I have a new skit called High Kicks and Action Flicks, which is going to be like a monthly series where I'll talk about specific martial arts or action film actors and the films I own and what I like about the films they own. Sort of try and go into a bit more information rather than I've got this, I've got this, I've got this, I've got this, I've got this. I'm going to try and do some other things. So High Kicks and Action Flicks is my plan. At the end of this video, I'll put the intro for High Kicks and Action Flicks just so you can see it, and I'll put it all sort of coming soon at the end of it. And the first actress will be Cynthia Rothrock. I've got 2 of her films to come, so I'm waiting for those, and then I'll do that. But before that, I will do my complete martial arts collection. Anyway, guys, thank you for staying with me. Thank you for watching. Please come back soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to grow the channel, so give me a hand. Anyway, see you guys later. Take care, and keep watching movies. Bye-bye.